Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are. This is Dan Andersson in Oxford saying welcome to the Global Associate Meeting. Today is the 3rd of July and I am in the Oxford office. I see that we got people from our normal all over the world list of countries, and I see a good few corporate members of staff on here as well. Welcome all of you. And I see people in Sweden and in Europe and in Asia and in Pakistan and in Egypt and in Morocco and I must be Guadeloupe. So fantastic and great to have you on the call. Now we have a lot of things to go through here, so I'm going to do this quite quickly, a little bit breathless in the context of probably about half an hour of an update for you from where we are. But where the business is at the moment is that we are busy. We are kind of got so many different things going on, and we got new people joining the team, and we got people building businesses, and we got people running hard for the associate trip, and people are really engaged with Mauritius. And so we kind of come through this period of sort of fighting hard to sort of maintain and stay in the same place, and now we're moving forward just the last 6 weeks or so very, very strongly. So we're reinvesting back in the business, we're reinvesting into projects, we're reinvesting into staff, and we're gradually sort of just putting more and more substance into our business so that we can take it to the next level. And so we have recognition, and we have some announcements to make, and the standard stuff around the LEOcoin and events, and give you an update on where we are with that. A little bit of just a general timeline on Leo banking now, and some of the things going on there. But we have, because we have momentum in the business, because the business is going quite strong, we obviously have new people breaking all over the place. We obviously at the baseline we have new platinums coming through. We have new associates and senior associates and coordinator and executive and senior executives. But we start our recognition on a global level to recognize our newest directors. And Yan Jung Liu is a new director out of the Hong Kong office, so congratulations to him for his achievement. We have a fella called Martin, who of Armorex Incorporated, and I think that must be Martin in the Toronto office. So congratulations to you to go marketing director, which is one up from director positions. That means that he's done £1 million worth of turnover in his weak leg, and probably far more so in his power leg. So terrific, and all power to you, Martin. Then we have Jun Chi, who actually is Hua's son, and he's gone national marketing director now, and I've met him on many occasions. He's a bit quiet compared to his mum, and he's just kind of a good guy, and I think that he does an awful lot of the lion work going on in the background, because it is, to my certain knowledge, the case that Hua, our number 1 or number 2 distributor globally, has never opened her back office because she has other people to do that for her. She's kind of one of these leader of leaders, and what she's done is mobilize her son to help her with all of the administration and running her business. So all power to the two of them, and thank you, Junchi, for your support of your mother, and congratulations that you can still go national marketing director with all of that going on. Now, very, very pleased to announce officially for the first time that we are being joined into the Leo business by a gentleman called Lerison Feio. He's a Brazilian national who speaks, of course, Brazilian Portuguese. He speaks Spanish totally fluently. He speaks English totally fluently. He's one of these hyperactive people, and I think he's got some sort of hyperactive thing going on there, because he's written something like 28 or 34 books that he's published. He's been involved in the e-learning space before. He's been involved in marketing, franchising, but for the last 20 years he has made direct selling his home and has worked with some very, very large companies in North America and South America and Central America. And I met him through Patrice, our leader in Guadeloupe, and he flew in to meet me in Fort Lauderdale in Florida. And I was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Fantastic guy, great energy, and kind of looking for to see if he can help us break into the Americas. So without further ado, I'm very, very pleased to share with you here that he is joining us as a general manager for the Americas. And so he's going to the Toronto office tomorrow to meet the team over there, and he will obviously help us spearhead and set up the North American operation, as well as the Central American, as well as the South American. So he will need to be hyperactive, and he will need to be working his socks off, but he's that sort of guy. Now, I met him, we got on like a house on fire, and I flew him over to the UK to meet the corporate team over here. So he went from meetings in operations to the commercials to finance to marketing to HR, and everyone who met him said he's a really nice guy, and I think that's absolutely right. LEOcoin is one of these people that I'm just really, really pleased to have met, because he doesn't do politics and he doesn't play games. He's just here to see if he can find a home and do something with Leo, because what he sees is a global platform that helps people, that gives people education, that gives people training, that gives people access to the next steps in their career development or in their business development. And it's just so enthusiastic about what we're doing. And obviously that's kind of part of falling in love with the company for the first time, like many of us, I guess, has done. But LEOcoin is one of these people that I'm really looking forward to working with. And so as general manager for the Americas, he has got a very, very big job to carve out for himself. He's going to have to build teams. He's going to have to work with the existing teams. And because he doesn't do politics, I'm very, very happy with how I see him contributing to the future of Leo. So you heard it here first. At the same time as we're taking him on, we're strengthening the team all over the place as well. So we have new people coming into the Dubai office. We have new people coming into the Hong Kong office. We have extra customer support people coming in. We have IT resources coming into the company. We have new project managers coming in to the business to help us to take the business needs and translate them into IT projects and take them through to the next level. And we've got some fantastic people joining us on that side. We kind of strengthen the team all over the place, because we have big goals. We have big, lofty aspirations for Leo, so we don't rest on where we are. We're taking this forward now to the next level. So really, really pleased about some of the stuff that's going on. Now, this is kind of a bit awkward, because as president of the company, I have been tasked by some people in marketing to launch this special period that we're going into now, which is going to be the President's Month. Now, not quite sure in what way I can pitch this without sort of self-aggrandizement, which I'm not going to do, but wanted to kind of give some recognition to people who are helping new people develop their businesses. I quite like the metrics and the measurements around the Mauritius incentive, where you help a new person get to associate and you qualify for something. I like that, because you could ask that for new members as well, and all of that works extremely well for me, because that's what network marketing and direct selling is all about, is helping a new person do something amazing. So we're going to do a special ownership award. Obviously the conditions for the Mauritius challenge are still in place. So if you qualify people to new associates, typically if you do it in a month, there's people qualifying for Mauritius as well, and all of the normal member bonuses and all of the normal ownership awards. But over and above that, if you help a new member, if you recruit a new member and get him to associate in this timeline until the 2nd of August, you will receive a 500 bonus in your ownership account, and the new member gets an extra £500 in their ownership account too. And there is no limit. So if you can do this once, do it a second time, a third time, qualify this for this incentive again and again. So go out there, recruit and support and drive the people to rise to that challenge and get them up to associate. So this is not for the faint of heart. This is not a small incentive. Yeah, it's the same metrics of going to associate, but because it supports Mauritius, I quite like it, and I think it's a very, very cool thing, because as you'll see later, some of our markets have not fully managed to break through on the creating a new associate, whereas other markets have, and this is another motivation for you to go and do that. Now, the other thing I want to just briefly talk about is the upgrade. That's all going through now, and from my perspective, this has gone extremely well. We're now, at the moment, kind of running two blockchains, the old one and the new one, and we will carry on doing that until people are fully transferred across. There will come a time when we'll turn off the old LEOcoin blockchain when everything has been mapped across to the new one. But you need to go into the LEOcoin platform and choose to upgrade your internally held coins. Now, we could have automated this, but we wanted you to go in and accept, and it's for legal reasons, you have to kind of click and approve that you want to do this. It's not something that we can force you to do, so this is something that you have to do yourself. You need to download the new wallet. You need to upgrade your old wallet so that one is synced, and there is a sort of, you can transfer your coins from there when it's synced. The LEOcoin on external exchanges will be automatically upgraded. So on LiveCoin, they've already done it, I believe, and on DABTC, they're doing it tomorrow. So there is movement here. So that's probably the easiest way to get it done, is to transfer your coins across those platforms and then let them do the hard work for you. But be that as it may, get it done. The markets are moving, and the sense that I'm having is that there's a bit of a, I'm not going to say crisis, but there's kind of a bit of a pause and an intake of breath, because Bitcoin did such an extraordinary surge in value, up to $3,000 recently, so that then they've kind of condensed and collapsed down a little bit now towards $2,400, $2,500. And the whole market is in a similar place. Now, Ethereum is doing fantastically well, but they've also contracted a little bit as a market. And there was a time just in the last week when the only coin that was showing an advance in price on the listings that I had was, the only green one was LEOcoin, and everyone else was red because they were going down in value. So I thought that was very, very cool to see. The price of LEOcoin now, as I looked this morning, was at 58 cents, I believe, 60, and it's showing very, very strong resilience at that level. So I'm quite happy. We have good underlying business, we have good underlying volume, good underlying trade, and with the new upgrade, people are talking about us more and more and more. So we're in a very good place, and I suspect that we're going to be punching through to a dollar, maybe even a pound, very, very shortly. And that means, of course, that anyone who's acquired a coin will have doubled their thing. So this is a good time to be the founder of a new cryptocurrency. At the same time, we're driving our international business. So Andy Hansen is a keynote speaker in Côte d'Ivoire on the 15th of July. There's going to be some extra special guest speakers announced this coming week. So this is a brand new market for us, a live seminar there, and I've been told that we're going to have as many as 1,000 people there. So again, this is expanding the Leo community. This is expanding our Leo universe, which only is good, which is good then also for our Leo coin. We're doing the 888 tour in China, 8 cities between the 1st of August to the 8th of August, and 8 different venues. So 888, incredibly lucky in China, and I'd be delighted to do that. Although when I look at the schedule and look at the cities and think if I was doing 8 cities in Europe or North America, on the 9th of August I'll be looking for a day's rest, I'm sure. But that is the CEO that you have here, and my wife thinks I'm absolutely crazy, and I would have to agree with her, but it's got to be done. And why not? So the Dubai executive trip, the 7th of July is the cut-off point for this, so that is only 4 more days. Anyone who wants to do buy-ins, you have to do it now before the 7th of July. Now, this will be the executive trip of executive trips. This will be the highest level of events and activities that we've ever done. It'll make the other ones look like pale imitations of what we're doing. The Mauritius, I think, is going very, very well. We have senior executives over in Mauritius even as we speak, testing the site, testing the resort, making sure that it's up to the standards that we want. So you still have time to qualify for this by route 2, 3, and 4, because there's going to be 300 qualifiers, and this will be a sellout qualified out event probably before the end of August. That's what end of July even. So route 1 is expired, route 2 is still available, route 3, route 4. I'm not going to go into the details. You either got it or you don't, or you need to do some research. But there's only 162 rooms remaining, which means that we're almost halfway there, and we've not been running this for long. That tells me that by the time we get to the cut-off point of all of this, then this will be a sellout event, and some of you, sadly, will not be coming to Mauritius. So you need to understand that this is an all-exclusive trip to a place that, from the photos, I've never been there myself, but looking at it, it is just paradise on earth. And the latest qualifiers, as you can see, which market has got their head around this incentive? It is the Asia Pacific Hong Kong office market that are really going for this. All of the Chinese-speaking members in Asia Pacific are just going nuts. Obviously, we have some qualifiers in Dubai and some in Europe. Very, very pleasing to see that Guadeloupe has qualified two of their leaders there, Patrice and Isabel. So congratulations to you. But there still is time, and you need to do what you have to do. But if we look at who is close to qualifying, who's taken steps towards qualifying for Mauritius, there's some 205 people in Asia Pacific that are in the running. 20 in Dubai, 31 in Europe, and 3 in North America. So total close to a room is 259, rooms remaining 162. So that tells you that not everyone will get a room. So this is the time that if you have any inclination to break an associate, this is the time to do it. Now, the business is moving forward with gusto and strength, and there's stuff going on in the ecosystem all over the place. And just to give you a few short updates, Leo Crowd has been in Toronto. David Johnston went over there, and he had people who were very enthusiastic about and wanted to understand more about Leo Crowd. He did he pitched and closed a very big deal where someone wants to use Leo Crowd to fund a thing that's much higher up the food chain than anywhere we've been in this startup company. But very, very pleased to see that the business is moving forward, and Leo Crowd is now starting to get to that place where we have proof of concept, because then we can really drive it forward. It might be that Leo Crowd will benefit enormously from the Leo banking platform that we're also creating, but that's another matter. But just to give you a sign of life there from Leo Crowd, going forward and going well. We're also seeing a lot of sign of life in India. So this is a billion people country, and they are starting to build some momentum now. And I'm going to invite my good friend Magnus Larsson, who's come over here from Sweden to spend some time strategizing in the office, but he's got some interests in many of these markets that we're talking about. Actually, you've got business building in Côte d'Ivoire and in Guadeloupe and in South America and in India and
Turkey and so on.
And Turkey, yes. Tell me what's going on in Turkey.
Well, we have a lot of things happening all over the place, but especially interested in Turkey. It's a new couple of people there, leaders from many years coming on board, and they have said that there's nothing like Leo in the market. So that is exactly what they're doing. And in India, you can see also there's a lot of things happening there. Himanshu Rawat is having a tour around India right now, and more trainings will come, and you will see India coming strongly on this one.
So how does that work then? You come from a little place in Sweden called Borlänge.
No, actually Rengsjö.
Rengsjö. So how big a place is that?
Well, we have around 1,500 households.
So 1,500 households, from where Magnus is building a global business of how many people now?
Oh my God, I think it's 25,000 people right now, and I don't know actually how many countries, but I think it's around 35 countries, something.
Very, very cool. And so for all of you, wherever you are hearing this message, or wherever you listen to this webinar from, Magnus should give you all hope. It doesn't matter where you come from, you can build a global business with Leo.
Absolutely, it's a living proof of that.
So what are you doing in the office then?
Well, we're doing some things over here with the administration and all the things, and I overhear a lot of things in here, so very exciting things going on. And Dan gave me the evil eye here, so I cannot say so much.
I know, it's all top secret stuff, but there is, like Magnus says, there's a lot of things going on at the moment, and there's kind of teams going in and out of the buildings, and there's kind of like a hive of activity. There's a bit of a buzz around at the moment. Very, very excited people. Would you agree?
Absolutely. So all I can say, wow, just do it. That's how we have to do it, because this is going so good.
But more importantly, you are qualified for Mauritius.
Absolutely. And that is very important.
Indeed. Thank you, Magnus. That's great. So, yeah, you heard it from one of your field leaders. Do it. Leo is a bit wow at the moment, and this is the time to get cracking on your Leo business, because there's a time and a place, and there's always a timing thing, and I think, honestly, hand on my heart, that is where we are now, because we're reinvesting in the business, we're expanding the team, we're getting new people on board, and it's that energy that people can't put their finger on, but they always will tell you afterwards is, there was just something, I just had a feeling that this company was moving somewhere, was going somewhere, and that's after they built their fortune. So usually it doesn't come down to a digital binary choice, it comes down to an emotional gut feeling. And for all of you on this call, I would say that this is the time. Nice to see Primoz building and working and doing a training in Croatia. Well done you. There's stuff going on all over the world. Now the other thing that I want to do is, together with Andy Hansen, this coming Thursday, we want to do the training webinar for getting started. Now this is part of the Leo training system, and the system then stands for Save You Stress, Time, Energy and Money, because we need to create a system that helps new people move forward. If I look at what I've learned from this industry, that this is all about duplication, it's all about duplicating with the brand new person. If the brand new person doesn't get started in the right way, nothing much happens unless you're lucky and win the lottery. But if you approach this in a systematic way, that is very, very powerful to build a duplicatable business. So we want to do, every Monday, we want to do these GAMs that I've been doing now for 5 years. I also want to now start the Getting Started webinar on a Thursday for new people, where we can talk specifically about how to build a business, how to get on and move and build a business in a duplication MLM sense, if you like. Now this Getting Started guide is available in 8 languages, and you've got to download it and prepare for the training with your new people. Now if you're an old hand and you know everything, then definitely you need to come on this training as well, just to make sure that you're not missing out on a few tricks, because having been involved in building literally organizations of millions of distributors and millions of downline, duplication is the key, and that's what we're trying to get across to all of the new people in this Getting Started webinar this coming Thursday. So the exclusive member bonus will change. This will not be extended. I extended it as a special Eid celebration gift for our Muslim members and leaders, as a special dispensation for them. And of course that cuts across all over the world as a benefit of that. But this multicultural goodness of my heart will not last beyond tomorrow. From Wednesday, the amount of LEOcoin in the exclusive member bonus will be going down. There will still be some there, and we'll do the best we can. We're still doing the final calculations, but the Eid gift will finish tomorrow. And that means that it'll be diminished, and it is just the way we kept this going since the 8th of February. We've extended it because we know that it's very helpful. We want to support you with your sales activities, but it won't last beyond tomorrow. So if you want to push any sales through, this is the time to do it. Leo Smart 3, go out there, drive it. We are committed to this place. There'll be a Leo Smart 4. I've had workshops and meetings about that in the last 7 days. The future is on an app in every way that I can get across to you. Get your people onto the app. Get them to understand that this is the future. Leo Banking is now 38 days. I think this screenshot was done on Friday. Today being Monday is 3 days in. We've had some very, very cool meetings with Swedish consultants, with legal people, with lawyers, with some central regulatory bodies in Sweden as well we were speaking and engaging with. We are coming up with a cleaner and cleaner business model that is more and more exciting. And the idea that we got crypto together with gold, it's landing on very fertile ground. And it's quite funny because we speak to a consultant, or we speak to a lawyer, or we speak to an accountant, tell them our business model, and suddenly you see their eyes sparking and said, this is so cool. Who's behind this? Who's doing this? Can't tell you. It's for a very important client. And that means that every time we talk about this, we know it's landing as a concept. This is what we've been waiting for. This is going to be the thing that takes us through to the next level. And I'm still not ready to tell you more about it than I've shared already. Over the next few weeks, I was starting to eke out little tidbits, but I'm not going to release the full package until 38 days time from now. That's when you'll fully see the full launch of Leo Bank. Those of you who are looking at your ownership area and are investing in that into Leo banking, you will be very, very pleased that you did so. But again, I know that people are screaming for information. They want to understand more. Can't give that to you yet because it's commercially a little bit sensitive. Don't want especially bad actors to kind of try to steal the idea and do something dodgy with it, because we'll have one opportunity to get this right, and we're going to get it right from the start. So you just have to trust us and be reassured that we are doing everything from a compliance, from an IT, from an infrastructure, and from a logistics perspective to make this one of the biggest concepts in the year 2020, launching in 38 days' time. So, President's Month. Try to get your people to associate, as many as you can, to get 500 for you and 500 for them. It's kind of a great over and above what you normally should do any which way. Also probably will help you or someone else qualify for Mauritius, so that's all good. The number of places is getting smaller every day, so make sure that you are there. Go plug into the live seminars, get the exclusive member bonus while you can, only till tomorrow, and get on with and build your business. Now, the business is in this very, very healthy place. It's very, very exciting to be CEO here. I'm stumbling from meeting to meeting to meeting, and seriously, my days are so long, and I'm in the UK office now for the next couple of weeks just to catch up, and even then, it's difficult. But I've got a phenomenal team here. We're building the team, and we kind of have this sort of team spirit now, where we just have good people in the building that want to do something, and we've got new people coming in saying things like, this is the most inspirational place I've ever worked in, and that's within their sort of first couple of days. People are sort of picking up this Leo vibe, picking up that we're doing important work, and certainly I'm seeing in the field that you guys are responding in exactly the same way. So there absolutely is an energy shift. We're having fantastic sales. We're having a very profitable little business, and we're reinvesting all of those profits in building an absolutely monster for you over the next 3 years to 2020. So this is Dan Andersson in Oxford saying thank you very much indeed for plugging in on this meeting, and I'll speak to you next Monday on the 10th of July, and look forward to seeing you and meeting you at the top. This is Dan Andersson in Oxford saying over and out.